top panels 1, 2, 5 and 6 have their backboard component as a separate piece that gets bonded on separately on site. So that is this vertical piece that sits up behind the gutters here. So once all the top panels are installed and they're bolted off and the floor restraint system is set up, thus making them trafficable, you can bring these panels in and push them through the gap and turn them round, at which point you can probably rest them on the steel. Then add a bead of the Comset epoxy adhesive all the way along the join here. And in the case of these end panels, you'll want some on this face as well so that you can bond it to this piece here. And then push it up from behind. This is probably accessible from that with that small boom lift that's operating on level 2. And just prop up until it engages properly with the top panel with some blocks between the steel and the backboard. And then between the steel, because this isn't going to be visible, just chuck some screws in to the quad panel at 300mm centres just to make sure that this pulls up nicely while it sets. To join a backboard panel to one of its neighbours, once their positions are set and they're aligned nice and flush, just drill two 12mm holes 100mm apart from one another wherever the panels sit, and bolt them together with M10 fixings. So that will be bolt, washers, spring washer and nut, and that will just help pull them together and limit movement in the future. One thing I will note is just in terms of how to schedule the works, this backboard panel can go in anytime really after the top panels are installed and they're trafficable, but you could, I reckon you could still reach them once these Safite panels go in. It's only got a 600mm reach, so depending on how the schedule's going, you could do these first and then the Safite panels, or do the Safite panels and then these ones. You won't be able to access that once you start installing the internal Safite panels, which come back into this area here. So if it gets to a point where these large Safite panels that are towards the outside have been installed and these aren't in yet, they'll have to be done next before you can install all of these Safite panels. Hopefully the case would be that they can be maybe a day works activity though, so it might make it a bit easier to work around. And that joining detail works all the way along the canopy.